Peanuts movie is the latest animated film and based on the Charlie Brown and Snoopy show, and of course, the comic by the late Charles Schulz. When it comes to the plot, I could just say it's the normal story we have come to know from the Peanuts cartoons, but this is a feature-length movie. I'll just say the plot, and it's basically this. After a new girl has moved into his neighborhood, Charlie Brown has gotten really nervous and has to try to leave a good impression while she has moved in. Along the way, some of his friends and his dog Snoopy tries to help him along the way. Going into this movie, I was curiously optimistic but also kind of nervous because sometimes Hollywood has a habit of turning something that people absolutely love and turn it into a terrible movie. Take, for example, it turns something like this and turn it into this. Luckily, the Peanuts movie is the complete opposite of what I mentioned because this is actually a pretty good movie. Now let's talk about what I liked and what I didn't like. Instead of talking about the voice acting in this film, I'll talk about the characters instead because it's all about the characters in this film that people grew up with. So, here we go. The characters like Charlie Brown, Lucy, and Linus and more have returned, and they're all like really likable, and they just act like normal kids. Unlike in most films where they show product placement all the time, it says buy this stuff, and oh my god. In this film, they act like normal kids. Like they would go outside, they'd play hockey, and they would just hang out with each other like normal kids would. But the one thing that make these kids really likable in this movie is that they always try to help Charlie all the time in the movie. Even if he's failing at where he's getting, they're always trying to help him out. Like what I'm about to say, the reason that makes Charlie Brown really likable is that you always want to root for him. He's like, even when he's like failing miserably, you always want to root for him throughout the majority of the film. Snoopy and Woodstock are once again cute characters, but mainly throughout the film, there's a segment during the movie where Snoopy tries to catch the Red Baron, which we all know he tries to think about that throughout the Peanuts cartoons. While I like that segment, it may came off as a little distracting, but still, they're still really enjoyable characters throughout the movie. The little red-haired girl was an okay character because while she was sweet, her character development could have been a little better in my opinion. One way you could have made her have a little bit more development is you gave her a little more screen time and some more dialogue throughout the film, but still, she's just okay in my opinion. If there's any way to bring the Peanuts characters to the silver screen, is its animation, because this is a series that is based on its animation, and the animation in this movie is beautiful to look at. I think the best thing about the animation is that sometimes it feels like the style of a comic, because, like I mentioned, this movie is also based on a comic, and also the best use of the animation in this film is the chase scenes throughout the film. Like I said, they came off as a little distracting, but I thought the animation there was probably the best use of it in the entire film. When it came to flaws, I do think that they stick to this formula a little too much, in my opinion. Second, I do think that the movie was a little too quick. I felt like the movie was an hour long than an hour and a half long, which could have been better if they were focusing a little more on the pacing. And second, I do think that character I already mentioned just was a little undeveloped in my opinion. At the end of the day, the Peanuts movie is still a nice movie with beautiful animation, good characters, and an okay story. However, with those flaws, I still do think this is a good family film worth checking out, and fans of the original source material may get something out of this movie. I'm Jeff Bachland. Thanks for tuning into my review for the Peanuts movie, and right now, I'm going to dance to the original theme wearing some glasses and how they would dance in an old time. Enjoy.